the ongoing access project, but they will be covered under subsequent supplementary project. Additionally, I would like to clarify for the honorable member that none of the villages identified under the initial project scope was left out or skipped. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, no supplementary question from my area.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, in your answer, you said North Bank will be covered in the second phase. But you know, this is a major problems of these electrifications. Are you telling me those villages that are skipped in North Bank would be also part of
Honorable Member. Now we have players now who can dribble better than Maradona.
Honorable Speaker.
More honorable member, these are specific areas, even the names of the villages were mentioned. These villages are in North Bank. So the word North Bank does not mean everything in North Bank. Is these villages in North Bank? Question number 030 of 2024 by the Honourable Member for Central Badibu.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, could the Honourable Minister of Petroleum and Energy inform this August Assembly how soon will the communities without electricity be electrified?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The overarching objective of the electricity access project is to achieve universal access by end 2025. A number of the communities in central Badibu will be electrified, as well as others under the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Project this year. According to NAWEC, the contractor for all the access projects are already on the ground. The EcoRIP project has 292 communities, and the contractor is currently working phase-wise. They were in the West Coast region. Right now they are in the Phoenix and will subsequently move to LRR, North Bank region, CRR region. The Gambia Electricity Access Project has 147 communities. The contractor is currently working in the West Coast, CRR, North, as well as the North Bank region. Already, as you know, the phase one, Diabugu, Laminkoto Diabugu, has already been commissioned and operational, which is 46 communities. The backbone phase two, which is covering the North Bank region, as well as the URR, is actually the contractor is on the ground doing the erection work. The backbone phase three, these are additional communities which, out of the savings of the first two project, backbone 1 and 2, that we will cover an additional 86 communities in CRR and CRR South and North, as well as the URR North. In addition, we have just received support from the Chinese People's Republic of China to cover, this is the China 8 GBA Electricity Improvement Project, and we have about 37 communities that will be covered within the West Coast region, including Mahmuda and all these other areas And all these projects, with the exception of the China 8, all the other projects, work is actually progressing on the ground. And we're working to make sure that the contractors complete their work by the end of this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister, are you telling me that all these projects will be completed before 2025, or some might go beyond that, or what? Or do you have specific timeline for each project area?
Yeah, all these projects are to be completed before the 2025, end of 2025. And most of them, for example, the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Project, our expectation is that by the end of this year, the 292 communities will be electrified, the JIP as well, the phase 2, predominantly, this year. We think that because the works are ongoing and they're erecting the poles, both the medium voltage and the low voltage, and they're also stringing the lines. So work is actually, but sometimes with all projects, there might be challenges, but it is the responsibility of the consultant and the contractor to solve those challenges and execute this time-bound project, because these are all externally funded and they have a time limit. Thank you.
No more supplementary for Central, Badibu? Now we invite the Honourable Member for Kiang West.
Honourable Minister, the said question is asking about when will the communities be electrified, those that are not yet. Last time you submitted a list in the parliament for communities that are to be electrified, which exclude the communities from Kia West. Can you provide this August Assembly the list of communities that are to be electrified in Kia West?
All right, I will ask Nawek to provide me with the list, and I will furnish it to you. Thank you.
Yeah, I let go the question so that the Honourable Member will be satisfied to tell his people. Honourable Member for Banjul South.
Thank you. Honourable Speaker, I think I would comfortably say that he is one of the ministers that completely fulfills Section 72(1) of the Constitution. But I would also want to ask him when, like the Honourable Member for Piang West said, when is the whole of the Gambia? Can you give us a time frame? We applaud you for the commissioning of the electrification last week.
Can you raise your voice, please?
No, what I'm saying is, when are we expecting, what year are we expecting the whole country to be electrified? We know that he's competent and everything under Section 72(1) of the Constitution. And I also congratulate him for the commissioning last week. Thank you.
I mean, thank you very much for those kind words. It's a huge achievement for the entire country. And we thank each and every one of you for the continuous support. The government has a strategic roadmap 2021 to 2040. Universal access transforming the electricity subsector. And one of the cardinal pillar of the strategic roadmap, which also aligns with the UDEWA development plan, is to provide universal access by 2025. So that is the overarching objective of the government. And we're not going to leave any stone unturned to try to achieve that. Thank you.
Honorable Member for Busumbala. This time you have your turn, Honorable Member for Lower Salum. This is countrywide.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Minister, can you furnish this August Assembly? How do they contract this going to villages, constituencies? Because we have seen what has happened before is happening this time too, where a very close to a village will skip for another village. How do you contract this project? We want to know, because we are disturbed by our people.
How the villages are identified? Okay.
Yeah, but you know, you see, first of all, the government wants to electrify every community in this country. But all of these projects are funded by our development partners. And there's always a feasibility study that is done. And the feasibility study, I'm not saying specific because I was not there at the time, but the feasibility study will identify based, for example, on the size of the village or the community. There might be different criteria used. I will try to get you the specific criteria that was used to identify, for example, a particular community, and then another close by community is not identified. I will try and get you that information from NAWEC. But what I'm saying is